Hey guys, VALTORIOUS the Awoken here. So, we're going to be talking about Frankenstein from Noblesse. This man is definitely on the top tiers list as being an overpowered human being with his intelligence and his strength. The man has been around for at least 1,000 or 2,000 years at least. I guess you could say he co-founded the Union, and with his experiments in the deaths of thousands of people into making the Dark Spear. Frankenstein stolen the Dark Spear and used it as his own and fled to Luton, where he started capturing and killing off some of the nobles, and the ones he sent back, he erased their memories. So not only does he have the Dark Spear, which is an uncontrollable spear that can possibly absorb his soul, but he has the power to absorb other people's within the Dark Spear, and he can erase people's memories, like I said before. We've seen Frankenstein fight against some of the other clan leaders and even tricking Genital and Rhaegar, where he made his escape from them. Over the years and centuries, people who hear the name of Frankenstein, they refer to him as the devil or the devil himself because of how elusive he is. Frankenstein is a modified human who is capable of fighting against clan leaders, Union leaders, and even werewolves. It's crazy how overpowered this man is with the Dark Spear, as he is shown fighting against the first leader of the Union with somewhat of ease, and the other Union leaders who modified themselves using noble and werewolf abilities. So yeah, Frankenstein is busted. Like, the Dark Spear itself can rip away someone else's existence, but in doing so it makes it even harder to control, as Frankenstein and the other souls of the dead were all talking and they were saying, "You're next, boy, you're next." But overall, Frankenstein can fight up against anyone who is stronger than him, but he always finds a weak point within the fighting style and exploit it as much as he can before going for the kill. We've seen how smart he is and how he helped fix up M21 and augment some of his abilities. Frankenstein has strong resistance to mind control and pain resistance, where he can keep on fighting way past his limit. And basically, Frankenstein, from what we've seen in the manga and just a little bit stuff that we've seen in the show, you know, he's been around, he's been Ra's like servant for like 820 years. Like, he served him and stuff, because his little origin story was where he was a scientist, very brilliant scientist that was with the Union, and he was creating like powerful like technology research for them and stuff for like all these years. And he was creating like stuff for them to use, and even the Dark Spear, but mainly it was to have a weapon, I guess, to fight off against supernatural creatures and stuff, which they perfected. But he eventually he stolen the Dark Spear and he used it for himself, and he just started killing off nobles with it, until eventually like he met like, you know, the rest of like the the rest of the other clan leaders. And that's when, you know, he kind of like fought them, and then he kind of like won and stuff, and then he ran into Ra, and that's when he became like his servant after being in his mansion for like months and stuff. And then he signed like the contract with him, and then that's when he gave him a part of his power and stuff, which was cool, you know. And the whole point about Frankenstein like being like this very overpowered human, because people was, for years they were speculating that, oh, like, the devil created Frankenstein. Frankenstein is the devil in human form, but no, he's just an overpowered human, which kind of is different, because it's like, it doesn't really explain like his longevity. Like, he can still die, but it just doesn't explain like his longevity as to how he's been able to live for that long. But I guess since he's been with the Union and he's been doing like research, you could say he's a brilliant scientist, that he's probably he was probably able to figure some sort of way for him to live for that long and stuff, despite, you know, being a human and being able to like do certain things and stuff. Like, he's able to like fight up against them, and we've seen it in the manga where he was able to he killed Mary, and then he killed some other peoples from in the Union, and he even fought the first Union I guess leader, you know, who he was like, "Oh, I'm calling myself the Human King." And so he was like, "Oh, it's a joke. You're considering yourself the Human King, and I'm able to do this to you." Because the whole point of Frankenstein's power, like, he fights stronger people that's, I guess, stronger than him, but he knows how to beat stronger people that's stronger than him, because again, he's smart, he's a tactician, he's powerful at this shit, so he knows how to take down peoples and stuff. And then the dark spear itself, you could say the dark spear is like the Venom symbiote, where it has like I guess you could say it has its mind of its own, when Frankenstein is like truly within the dark spear itself, and you see like all of the souls that it absorbed over countless centuries and stuff. And if he becomes too possessed, like, it will swallow him up as well and stuff. So it's interesting how he's able to like use the power, and he's able to do a lot, because when he fought up against like I think one of the Union leaders, he beat them. He beat them, you know. I can't fully remember their names at this point, but he beat them. Like, he absorbed them into like the dark spirit, and he was just like, oh, you know, what is this? And I believe a couple of nobles as well. You know, he was just like, oh, like, I absorbed them into the dark spear and stuff. And that's how powerful that is and stuff. And there's nothing that you can do, because it destroys healing factors, so you can forget about healing, you know. And anybody who's, you know, because again, like, the dark spear is meant to like it's on par, you can kind of say like that's his own version of a soul weapon, because when he takes out the dark spirit, it's so similar to a soul weapon and stuff, because a soul weapon is basically like, if you are, let's say, like, you're a clan leader and you've been running stuff for like so long, and then you pass it on to like your next generation or your next successor or whatever, you go into eternal sleep, and then all of your power and your knowledge goes into like this weapon, and then that person carries on your will, and then they use your weapon and stuff. Then that's how everybody kept on saying like the dark spear is so it's so similar to that of a soul weapon, is because they sacrificed and killed thousands upon people. They started wars, all for the purpose of gaining the dark spear. And when Frankenstein has it, it's basically like I guess you could say it's incomplete. And two, when he fights Dr. Crumble at the end, and he's like, I perfected the dark spear where I don't have those emotions where I have to worry about it, you know, consuming me. Like, I have full control. Man, I love Crumble, man. Yo, I fucking love this dude, because this man is just all over the place at this point. I love that man. You've seen this man go up against like so many other people, and he's, for a human, he does a lot. He could have got killed. He could have died. Like, yeah, Ra took care of like he took care of a lot of the other like powerful people that was in the family, you know. He took care of them. You know, don't get me wrong, he took care of him. He even made this chick's daughters blind. He was like, oh, you fucking around and you making all these damn experiments and stuff, and you supposed to be with the family or long dead. And then he stripped her of her eyesight, and then he killed her father and stuff, and then, you know, and he just beat up like a lot of other people and stuff. But you would think that since Frankenstein is there with him, you know, Frankenstein would be able to like do well, you can, if anybody was to compare like Frankenstein to like Ra, well, Ra is obviously overpowered, yes, but it's just that Frankenstein has something within his own class where he's just able to do so much. You know, like, he's a scientist. Like, he was able to help out M21. You know, he was able to help out like all of the other people that was with Crumble, like Crumble's experiments and stuff, and the Union's experiments. He was able to help them out and advance them of their own streams, and even to the point where he gave some of the dark spear to them, you know. And they was able to like use it to like a degree and stuff, because he was just saying like, listen, I'm giving you part of my power and stuff. Like, this is some serious shit right here. And then you see like later on when like the wolves had like they little crisis and stuff, and he was able to like beat one of them, I believe, or absorb one of them or something. And that's when he was just like, yo, the dark spear is getting stronger. It's getting really strong and stuff, because to the point where he felt like it was starting to consume him, even though Ra had like restricted him of his power, because when he was going a little bit crazy like 820 years ago, and that's when Ra was like, okay, I'm gonna like seal up some of your power. But Frankenstein was like tapping into the seal. Like, he was just like, well, you sealed my power, but I was able to like, I guess you can kind of say like break the seal like a little bit. And then Ra was just like, wait a minute, yo, I sealed your power. What are you doing? And he's just like, oh, sorry, my lord, but you know I'm a scientist, right? You know, I used to be part of the union, so I'm able to like tap into things and stuff, because he truly is the smartest scientist within that show. Smarter than Crumble, obviously, you know, because Crumble, yeah, he was able to help out, you know, Ra's friend. He was able to help him out and stuff, because, you know, when they found out that, oh, he was still alive after the fight, and then he basically was able to like give him like these pills to suppress his rage and stuff. You know, Crumble was smart, but Frankenstein, he's just, oh god, like Frankenstein is just freaking crazy with it and shit, because at the end of the day, like, if you have a guy who's basically like a human and he's your servant, and he's able to do so much for you, it's quite impossible to have somebody go up against him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you build him up to a certain point and he gets injured, but he gets stronger when he gets injured. Basically, what we seen in the manga, Frankenstein was like a damn Super Saiyan at this point. He didn't physically get like defeated. Like, yeah, there was some times where he was fighting up against peoples and it was like, okay, they're a little bit strong for me, I don't think I can beat them. Ra shows up and he take care of the rest, but it doesn't necessarily mean that Frankenstein couldn't he couldn't finish the job, because if he had full control over the Dark Spear like Crumble did, yeah, he probably would have been able to finish the job, likely, because again, the Dark Spear was able to do so much and then some, you know. And then also, when he defeated Crumble at the end, he used it, the pact that he made with Ra, and he was like, using like the Blood Spear with the Dark Spear, you know. And that's another damn tremendous buff in his strength, because yeah, he used it before when he was fighting up against somebody else, you know. And then he fought up against Crumble, and then Crumble was just like, yo, what is this? Like, I can't do anything. Like, even though he had like some other things involved and stuff, like another like power boost, and that kind of like didn't really work out as well. And then he just got destroyed. And I was just like, yo, fucking Frankenstein is a monster, yo. Frankenstein is a damn monster. And I'm like, yo, I truly do like the stuff that I've seen in this and stuff. That's why I'm hoping that whenever the anime comes back, or they come out with something, like, please, because everybody's going to just see how crazy like Frankenstein is. Even if anything happens to his master, he just gets crazy. He's just like, yo, what? You did this? Nah, I gotta kill your ass for this. Nah, don't fuck with me. I gotta kill your ass for this. And it's just like, damn, yo, Frankenstein is crazy. Frankenstein is freaking crazy. And I had like all these idea matchups on who I kind of like wanted him to fight. You know, either vampire related or just somebody who's in the supernatural. You know, I was just like, yo, should I do like maybe Frankenstein versus Alucard from Castlevania? Like, yo, my mom was thinking about some shit, because I was just like, yo, Frankenstein is kind of powerful. Yo, he's kind of busted. Like, he truly is like one of the most strongest humans that's out there. He is. I don't count Jiren, because he doesn't look like human to me. I can't count him. Saitama, he's human, but I get everybody says he's a gag character, so I can't count him. You know, like Frankenstein is within a league of his own. Like, he could just take down like stronger people, like stronger nobles, even though they don't use vampires, but we see them as vampires, but they're not vampires, but they're nobles instead. You know, old century beings that was around for such a long time. Same with the werewolves, and same with union leaders and stuff. People from the union that was experimenting on both nobles and werewolves and stuff, and just like merge them together and stuff. Just like, okay, we're gonna take some of their power and just use this and that. Actually, no. Actually, yeah, they did do that, and it was also Muzan. You know, they basically took his power and was just using it and stuff. That's where all those damn clones and shit came from. Nobody knew, because the Union had him for so long after the fight with Ra. So, you know, that's how shady that was. But yeah. Freaking Frankenstein is crazy. Frankenstein is absolutely crazy. Like, this man is a damn monster. So yeah, but I got some more shit happening soon. But yeah, if you like what you heard you like. You know, please subscribe, share. No, do all that wonderful stuff. And I catch you later.